What it is, YouTube, you know who it is. It's your boy, the Moose. Let's kick it.
Hey, look, a new subscriber.
Man, today I wanted to talk about the last gigs that I've done. Now, I'm not going to get into them because I've been to over 400 gigs in my entire DJ career. 400 gigs. I got 400 gigs under my belt. So I'm pretty much not going to go into all the gigs that I've done. But I am going to share with you a couple that stood out. It would be surprised to know, how many venues do you think I've actually been? Did you know that I can actually count the number of times of venues I've been on one hand? You'd be shocked about this, because it's true. I've been to 5 venues, not including the bar. Any bars that I've done are usually karaoke, and karaoke at that time I don't consider but 5. All the places I've been to are private residences. It's over 300, and maybe I'm gonna give it 10, maybe about 10 venues that I've been to. All the rest have been in the backyards or at swimming pools. Neighborhood associations aren't considered venues. So I've been to a bunch of neighborhood associations, parks, swimming pools. I've been to all of it, from Waco all the way down to San Antonio, all the way down to Houston, all the way to Katy. Katy's been a big spot. If I get a gig in believe it or not, if I get a gig in Houston, 95% of the time it's going to be around Cypress, Katy, Richardson. I did in Madisonville, and that was the only place that I've ever done in College Station. So College Station is really not hot, but Katy, Texas is like a real big deal for me. I go to Katy, Texas a lot. I mean a lot. I've been to Katy, Texas 16 times. So that's yeah. 16 times I've been to Katy. Katy is basically, I got the functionality down. I can get there in an hour and 35 minutes now. It used to be 2 hours and something minutes, but I figured out how to get to Katy quicker. And the last time I was down there, oh my God, I can't wait till they get that road done. That road going into Houston from San Antonio sucks. So I've been to Katy a lot, and that's where my bread and butter is Katy and San Antonio. Do you know how many times do you think I've been to Austin? And guess what? I can actually count it on pretty much one hand. 5 times I've been to Austin. I live in Austin. I've only done 5 gigs in Austin. Round Rock, Hutto. Hutto's getting a little popular. Georgetown, I've done 3 gigs in Georgetown. Hutto, I've done 6. Round Rock, I've done 2. Pflugerville, I've done 3. Buda, I've done 19. San Marcos, 3. And then going down the chain there, all the way down to Houston, to San Antonio, and San Antonio is the big hot one. I get a lot of gigs in San Antonio. I get more gigs in San Antonio than I do Austin or Houston and Katy, Texas. So I'm pretty much, I drive. That car is drove. I've gotten that car down on the dirt. It actually's taken me some places. I've been to Killeen 3 times. One was a mess, but the other 2 are okay. Actually pretty good. So I just wanted to share with you just a little bit about the recent one. The recent one will be in the park. Now, this is going to be kind of tricky. We've been having some pretty crazy weather down here. So I'm going to pretty much bring some stuff to help me along the way. Now, as you could see, I do have one, and I wanted to recommend this. I have what they call a black, kind of like a facade deal. Okay, so what I do in outside situations, it doesn't matter if I'm, what I like to do is this. If you're in the direct sun, this is a pro tip. If you're in the direct sun, and you know you're going to be in the direct sun, this is something that DJs need to catch on to. There's this, it's kind of like a micro fabric stuff. It's really thin, and it's black, and you can see through it. I have it in the garage. What I do, it looks ridiculous, but I'm going to tell you something. It's going to save you in the long run. Now, you put it over your laptop, and you could see the screen. Don't ever put something over your screen that you cannot see it. Now, on your computer, 95%, I would say all laptops, the monitor really doesn't need to be protected. And I do want to say day mode is like very vital. So if you're using Virtual DJ, and this is why when I don't use Virtual DJ after this, and it's really a turn off, because Virtual DJ has all these different scans. This is basically what they call them. They're scans, and you can go down the list of scans. And if you look down the scans, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Roland does not have anything in. Roland doesn't have anything in Virtual DJ. Has nothing. Virtual DJ hasn't even touched Roland. Roland's been in the business since 1800s. So I don't understand. Oh yeah, because they made pianos. Roland was a big piano producer kind of person. So Roland's been around a long time. And you're having DJ software that doesn't have anything to do with attracting different companies besides Pioneer. Pioneer's big time in there. But that's why I got away from it. I'll just share that with you. Because I was using it and they had day mode in there. But the problem is I went to the next gig, and I'm going to share this with you. I went to the next gig and I could not find anything. It was just, oh my God, it was a big nightmare. I had the biggest nightmare ever. I got rid of Virtual DJ that day. I had 2 gigs in one day. The second gig I did, I had to use Spotify the whole night. Unfortunately, I had no choice. The software for Serato did not want to pull up. Well, I don't know why. It didn't want to work. It kept freezing my computer. It froze my computer. It froze my computer. It froze my computer. I had to turn off my computer twice at that gig. Twice. Because Serato would not work. I could not get Serato to work. And as soon as I got home the next day, I deleted Virtual DJ and Serato pulled up and worked fine. So something between the two companies, I don't know. I don't know. It just happened to me. It was the worst nightmare of my life. And at the time, let me tell you this. At the time, I was having problems with the Versamix. The Versamix was failing. And it failed that day that I did that gig. Yeah. I couldn't get the Versamix to work. I couldn't, because I had everything plugged into it. And right now, I have the new setup. And be on the lookout for the video today. I'm going to actually do a sound test with this new microphone that I got. This new camera. So be on the lookout today for the new video coming this afternoon. I will be posting later tonight after I set up and get everything. Everything. Everything's coming out of the garage. Hopefully it doesn't rain. I can get this done and calculated real quickly. Get the sound check done real quick and then put everything back. Get ready for Saturday because Saturday is a big day for me. Saturday is Big Bertha's coming out. We're doing karaoke and we're doing live sound. So at a party, it's a picnic. So I'm gonna show you today. I'm gonna show you the whole setup. I'm gonna show you how the Bluetooth works. The Bluetooth is awesome. And I'm going to show you how it works really good with the Carafront 2. And I'm actually going to show you the dynamic mic that's going to work in that Yamaha. I got that in today. And Yamaha reviews coming today. So be on the lookout for that video. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. Can you believe over 600 events? Because the timeline that I saw goes from 2019 in January. Okay. And that's when everything was like, I can't believe I did that many gigs. That's just wild. I'm just like, what? So go to your timeline and check it out. And tell me what you got. Tell me how many gigs you got under your belt. And now I'm going to tell you something. I am going to say this to you. 2014, I did 6 gigs in 2014. And guess what? I didn't have my first controller until January of 2015 is when I got my controller. So all those 6 gigs that I did in 2014, I slammed every single one of them. My reviews are just wild out the door about those. So, yes. My 7 reviews came from October to January. And I got a big review on January 1st. So it just, it's just how you do it. I'm going to tell you that I use my phone and an iPad at the beginning to DJ with. And I killed it. Matter of fact, I didn't do it this last year. But I'll be getting a call this year. The couples had me at their New Year's Eve party for 3 years. 3 years I've been doing the same New Year's Eve party. That just goes to show. Last year I didn't do it. 2014 was the first one. They told me to come back in 2015. 2016. I've been DJing that couple for a long time. Excuse me. It's 2021. So since I started DJing, I've been at that couple's house. I go once a year to their house. And every time. Between December and January. I always go to their house. they call me up and tell me let's go. It's mostly New Year's Eve parties. I've done more New Year's Eve parties for that couple than anything, and I started out with an iPad. And that lady was just like, oh my God. And the guy was just like, oh dude, thank you. You really did a good job. It doesn't matter what kind of equipment you have. Are you a DJ? Can you maneuver your music? Now I know I'm gonna probably get slammed for saying that, but you know what? When I started, that's what I started with. What do you want me to do? Oh, and guess what? The speakers weren't even mine. I borrowed them from a friend. Check that out. Okay. I wanted to say, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Peace. Oh, I can't say peace yet. Let me use a PSA. You know, back in the 80s they had PSAs, and if you're like me, when you watch cartoons, they always had a PSA at the end of the cartoon. And the biggest one was Mask had one. I'm showing age. The Justice League had one. And then what was it? It was the biggest. G.I. Joe had one. Transformers even got into the PSAs, man. He-Man had PSAs. She-Ra had PSAs. And I can go on about the cartoons, but they all had PSAs. All of them. That was like the thing. At the end of the video, you always stayed to watch the PSA. And you know what? Every kid I can think of would do that. They didn't turn the TV. I remember my sister was about to turn the channel on G.I. Joe, and I was like, I'm waiting for the PSA. I'm waiting to hear what Roadblock has to say. Because I used the Duke of Roadblock that always would say it. True friends aren't the ones who make your problems disappear. They're the ones who disappear, that won't disappear when you're facing problems. Okay, let me read this again because I screwed it up. This is a true friend. True friends aren't the ones who make your problems disappear. They're the ones that don't disappear when you're facing problems. Peace.
Hey, look, a new subscriber.